Welcome to your next practice. As much as this practice will be a workout, it will also be a work in, to use a commonly used yoga cliche. So we will be tuning in to what is called in yoga the chakra system, energy centers located from the base of our spine right to the crown of our head. We're going to tune into them by location. And first we will be using a meditation technique. So make sure that you're in a comfortable seated position. For you, this might mean taking your back to the wall for the beginning of the practice. This might mean sitting yourself up on some props like bricks or blankets. It might simply mean finding the sit bones in the pelvis and sitting to the front edge of them. So our spine is upright. Our shoulders stack above our hips. Our chin is parallel to the floor. And the hands can rest in the lap facing up or facing down. Shoulders sink away from the ears. And we'll just allow ourselves to be. If the eyes aren't already closed, gently close them. And if it doesn't feel right to close the eyes, you can gaze at the nose tip. So how are you feeling? And you're answering to yourself. So there's no point in hiding anything. There's no point in exaggerating anything. There's no point in lying. Be completely honest with yourself now. How are you feeling? Mentally, physically, emotionally. How are you feeling? And there's no need to hide away from the darker states of anger, jealousy, worry, anxiety, tiredness. Any and all of these might be present. Notice them, acknowledge them. Or we might be feeling full of energy, bright, happy, open, loving. Just as easily and equally, we must tune in to all emotions. But as they say, you are the sky. The emotions are just the clouds. So allow the clouds of emotions to float in and float out. And sometimes they stay for a little while, and sometimes they move away quite quickly. But to feel stagnant or stuck on any emotion, whether that be a good or bad perceived emotion, is where we falter. So we can try to find a state of equanimity where we feel that our center is always balanced and the good and the bad can come in and go out. We acknowledge them, but we are unaffected by them. And I absolutely know that this is a practice. I know that this is very difficult to do sometimes. So this is why we choose to do yoga. This is why we choose to meditate, to practice finding our center, to practice finding peace and equanimity and to practice being less reactive, to practice less grasping for what we perceive to be good and less pushing away of what we perceive to be bad, and just acknowledging all as it is. For there's benefit in everything. There's benefit in sadness, there's benefit in anxiety, just as there's benefit in bliss and love and peace. So now we're going to take a little trip through the chakra system, starting at the base of our spine and moving all the way up to the crown of the head. We'll take 3 breaths into each chakra space. First, we will locate Muladhara, or our root chakra. So the root chakra is said to be located 2 inches below and just forward of the tailbone. In women, we can think of that as being around our cervix. Men can think of it of being just behind the genitals. We'll feel into the perineum muscle. And if none of that makes sense, think about your tailbone and move your attention 2 inches below and just slightly forward of it. And around there, we will find just a little bit of sensation. And once we've noticed that sensation, we've tuned into Muladhara chakra. 2 inches below and just forward of the tailbone. Now, once you've found that area, and it might be difficult to tune into, that might also be a practice. But once you feel like you've got it, let's take 3 breaths. And on the inhale, pelvic floor will relax. And on the exhale, pelvic floor will contract. You don't have to think about how much you're contracting it. It's a natural part of our exhale. Just notice. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue breathing naturally. And now our attention, our inner awareness will come to the top of the tailbone and then just slightly forward of it. So just in front, to the front side of the body, just in front of the top of our tailbone, around the sacrum, we'll locate Swadhisthana chakra, our sacral center. So just locate the sacral center, just in front of the sacrum, or top of the tailbone, back of the pelvis. And we shall do 3 breaths here with the attention solely on Swadhisthana, sacral center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep breathing naturally. And now we'll take our attention to Manipura, or our navel center, sometimes called the solar plexus center as well. So for some, you'll notice a sensation directly behind the belly button, but towards the spine. So it's just in front of the spine, in the place directly behind the belly button. For some, it's closer to the breastbone. So maybe 2 to 3 fingers distance above the navel and back towards the spine. So this will be Manipura, our navel center, or solar plexus center as it is called. So tuning into that area, just behind the navel or 2 to 3 finger distances above the navel, but back and towards the spine. Once we've found a sensation, tune into it. We'll breathe into it 3 times. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully and completely. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue breathing naturally. And then we'll take our attention to the breastbone and then take the attention behind the breastbone so that it sits just in front of the spine but in line with the breastbone. This is our heart center, Anahata chakra. So find the breastbone and then move the attention back towards the spine but in line with the breastbone. Again, 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue breathing naturally. The next chakra we'll work with is Vishuddhi or Vishuddha, which is located directly behind the throat, but closer to the spine. So from the throat to the spine. And in between the throat and the spine, you will find a sensation. And this is Vishuddha chakra, our throat center. Again, 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep breathing naturally. And now take the attention to the space between the 2 eyebrows. So this space between the 2 eyebrows is actually called Brahmadya, and it is a trigger point for our 3rd eye chakra, which is called Ajna, which is actually located at the very center of the brain. So would be halfway back through the head, directly behind the eyebrow center. But we will take the attention to this space between the 2 eyebrows, which is Brahmadya, trigger point for Ajna, eyebrow center. If it feels comfortable, the eyes, even though they're closed, can look up to this point in between the 2 eyebrows. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, breathing naturally, we'll take our attention and awareness to the very crown of the head. And you might even just take all of your attention to the space at the crown of the head, or take the inner gaze towards that area. Feeling the crown of the head, Sahasrara chakra, the many-petaled lotus, our connection with source energy, universal energy, collective consciousness, as they say. Inhale, crown of the head, Sahasrara. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Notice again Sahasrara, crown of the head. Notice again Ajna, eyebrow center, between the two eyebrows. Notice again throat center, behind the pit of the throat, Vishuddha. Notice again heart center, behind the breastbone, Anahata. Notice again solar plexus or navel center, behind the navel or just above it, Manipura. Notice again just in front of the sacrum or the top of the tailbone, sacral center, Swadhisthana. Notice again just below the tailbone and forward of it, cervix or behind the genitals for males. Notice this Muladhara root center. One last time, 3 breaths into our root. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you feel ready to do so, gently blink open your eyes. Come back to the space that you're in. Come back to your body, and maybe you'd like to circle your shoulders around your pelvis. And then change direction, circle the other way. And then back to stillness. We're going to come straight to all fours. So come to an all fours position. Knees underneath your hips, tops of the feet on the floor, wrists underneath the shoulders or ever so slightly forward of the shoulders. Spreading the fingers wide, crease of the wrist in line with the front of the mat. And we'll begin circling our shoulders around the wrist joint and our hips around the knee joint. Circle. Keep the tops of the feet pressing down about 20% into the floor, so you feel stability in the legs. And change direction, circle the opposite way. And then come back, shoulders above the wrists, knees above the hips. Lengthen your spine, crown of the head forward, sitting bones back. Feel the back of the neck press up towards the ceiling. We stabilize here for a moment in tabletop. Then imagine that a pencil just came straight down from your navel. And that pencil is going to draw a figure 8 up around the left hand, over to the right hand, back to the left knee and over to the right knee. And then continue this figure 8 pattern. We'll do 3 times going left, and then we'll do 3 times reversing going right. So I'll talk you through it. So notice the belly button and imagine there's a pencil coming from it. And that pencil is going to draw a circle up towards the left hand and over to the right hand. And then it will cross diagonally down the mat to make a figure 8, circling or half circling over to the right hand side. Back up, left hand, right hand, left knee, right knee. Left hand, right hand, left knee, right knee. Pause and center, we'll change direction. Right hand, left hand, right knee, left knee. Right hand, right knee, left knee. One more. Right hand, right knee, left knee. And then come back to neutral. So again, we'll set ourselves up in all fours, lengthen through the spine, send the sit bones back and the crown of the head forward. Let's warm up our wrists by leaning forward and leaning back. We're just going to do 5 of these, forward and back. Number 3, forward and back. 4, forward and back. 5, forward and back. Shoulder stack above the wrists again. This time, right hand, back of the hand presses down. And we're just going to hold there for 10 seconds. Feel like you're trying to slide your hand forward towards the front of the mat, but ever so gently. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, left hand, back of the left hand, press. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And put your left hand back down. Then we're going to walk the hands forward. So the heel of the hand goes to where the fingers are. The tips of the fingers are. So the heel of the hand goes to where the tips of the fingers are. And then the inner elbow is going to rotate forward so that the crease of the elbow is in line with the crease of the wrist. And then the inner elbow is going to rotate back so the inner elbows look at each other. Inner elbow forward, inner elbow look at each other. Inner elbow forward, inner elbows look at each other. 2 more, forward and inner elbows look at each other. Inner elbows forward, inner elbows look at each other. This time, press firmly into the hands. Inner elbows forward, take the elbow down so the elbow lines straight up with the wrist joint and then come back up. Inner elbow down and straight back up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. One more, down and up. Excellent. This is very good. Now we're going to take a little rotation. So keep the left hand where it is. Try and keep the sacrum level. Take the right arm down and feel your breastbone is rotating underneath your left elbow slightly. Come back up. Left arm goes down, breastbone's rotating to your right. Come back up. Right elbow down, breastbone rotating to your left. Come back up. Left elbow down, breastbone rotating to your right. Come back up. Right elbow down. Come back up. Left elbow down. Come back up. We'll do one more on the right. Come back up. We'll do one more on the left. Come back up. Inner elbows rotate forward. Take both elbows down towards the floor. A little cat-cow shape just for our upper and middle spine. So keep the elbows glued down. Push the earth away. And now breastbone feels like it's extending forward. Lift from the belly button to the breastbone to the chin. And then push the earth away as we round our middle spine. Inhale, breastbone extends forward as if you're trying to tuck it through the upper arms. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, breastbone forward, thoracic extension. Exhale, rounding. 3 more like this, just because it feels so good. Inhale, breastbone forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, breastbone forward. Exhale, round. 1 more. Inhale, breastbone forward. And exhale, round. Coming back to a neutral position, we're going to slowly peel the elbows off the floor and then take the elbows back in underneath your chest. Or in underneath your shoulders, should I say. Knees underneath the hips again, realign. And then from here, we're going to shrug the shoulders up towards the ceiling and then push the earth away. Pull the shoulder blades away from the spine as if you're trying to take your shoulder blades underneath your armpits. Shoulder blades back and forward. Back and forward. back, and forward. 2 more, back, and forward. 1 more, back, and forward. Take the shoulder blades onto the cage of the ribs, which means that we're not retracting back. You wouldn't see a shoulder blade. Neither are we pushing forward. My spine isn't higher than my shoulder blades. And then we will begin cow and cat. So inhale. The tailbone begins to point at the ceiling. The belly button goes down towards the floor. The breastbone comes between the upper arms. We lift the chin, we lift the nose, we look up. Hold the extension. Lift the seat even more, lift the breastbone even more. And then exhale, tuck your chin, round your shoulders, around your middle spine. Curl your tailbone down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Back to neutral. So we will begin to set up the postures for our Sun Salutation, and we'll break them down individually, and then we'll piece them back together. So the very first posture that I'd like to work with is knees, chest, chin to the floor. So we need to understand what happens with our arms. So when we did this, inner elbows forward, and when we understood that the elbow bends straight back, that was actually setting us up for Ashtanga Namaskara. So what we need to do is understand that with the shoulders stacked above the wrists. So the inner elbows rotate forward, and then the elbows bend, and the spine comes down towards the floor. And just pause for a moment with the elbows beside the rib cage, and then press back up. We're just going to do that twice more. So the inner elbows go forward, the elbows come back beside the rib cage, and then we press back up. 1 more time. Inner elbows facing forward, elbows come back to the rib cage, and then we press back up. Just come off the hands for a moment and shake them out, just because we've been doing a lot on the wrists. And then come back down. So Ashtanga Namaskara goes like this. So we could have the wrists underneath the shoulders, but for most people, it's nice to have the hands just slightly forward. So the heel of the hand is just forward of the armpit. The inner elbows will roll forward. The elbows bend back towards the ribs. Now, I have a slight anterior tilt in my pelvis, which means I can point my sit bones up towards the ceiling behind me. I feed my chest down towards the floor, and there'll be a sticky point where you feel that you're just going to collapse. Once you meet that sticky point, begin to move your breastbone forward, take your belly button to the floor, and lift your chest into cobra. The heads of the upper arms roll back, the shoulder blades roll back and down. And then lower a little and just press yourself up to all fours. Press yourself up to all fours. Now let's do that, but let's see if we can stop collapsing down towards the floor and maybe go a little slower. And remember, when you meet your endpoint, then you go into your cobra rather than really struggling with the Ashtanga Namaskara. So first we're going to flow with it, and then I'm going to teach you how to maintain that lower point. So inner elbows forward. Feed yourself down towards the floor. Once you feel like you can't go any further, scoop your rib cage forward. Pubic bones pressing into the floor. There's lower abdominal work. Scoot your shoulder blades down towards your back pockets. Lower a little. Press back up to all fours. Let's do that 1 more time together. So inner elbows go forward. Lower the chest down. The elbows squeeze the rib cage. And then slide the breastbone forward. Pubic bone pressing down. Put your shoulder blades in your back pockets. Lower a little. Press up to all fours. So that's the scoop through. If it's not happening for you now, then don't do it in the Sun Salutation. What I would like you to do in the Sun Salutation is when you're there, inner elbows come forward, just do a half push-up and then do a cow and a cat. So when I say knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskara, Scoop through to Cobra. I would like you to do a half push-up, lift the chest into cow, round the spine, into cat, and then come back to neutral, and we'll be moving forward from there. Okay, for those of you that are doing Ashtanga Namaskara, that you found that sticky point where you feel like you need to go straight up into the Cobra, we're going to maintain it just for a few counts, because in the Sun Salutation, it is very important. It is one of the 12 postures of the Sun Salutation to be in Ashtanga Namaskara. It is not one to just move through. It's not a transition. It is a posture in itself. So the inner elbows go forward. We lower down. We find the sticky point where we feel like we can't go any deeper. Maybe we can really have our chin and chest on the floor. We hold the position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scoop through to Cobra. Lower. Press back up to all fours. Can we do that again? 5 seconds in the Ashtanga Namaskara. Inner elbows go forward. We lower down until we find our sticking point. Maybe the chin and chest is on the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scoop. Shoulder blades in the back pockets. And back up. So when I say chin and chest on the floor, another common mistake is chin and chest goes to the floor, but they hover just above the floor, which means that we're not collapsing. So just watch me for a moment. So, and our elbows go forward. Chin and chest comes down. Now I could collapse onto the floor. I don't even need my hands. But then imagine trying to take control again. Imagine trying to take control again and come up into Cobra. It's not going to happen. It would be, well, insanely difficult. It may happen, but it will be hard. So we maintain that all of our core is connected, that we've got energy held up to sweep us into our beautiful back bend. So the hip points feel like they're moving closely together. Our pelvic floor is lifted. Our shoulders are back and down. And we use that slide and glide of the elbows back towards our ribs to lengthen us through. So let me do that again with you. We're going to hold it for 5 seconds. We're going to scoop into Cobra. This time we're going to hold Cobra for 10 seconds. Then we're going to go back to Downward Dog. You can go through the knees if you need to. Are you ready? Inner elbows go forward. Chin and chest down towards the floor. Okay, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scoop into Cobra. Put your shoulder blades and your upper arms in your back pocket. Pubic bone presses down. Buttocks are engaged to stabilize our low back. Breastbone feels buoyant, like it's lifting to the ceiling. Let's do 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Curl your toes under. Press up to Downward Dog. Let's hold Downward Dog for a few moments. Look between the hands, fingertip them out with your right hand. Hug your right knee in towards your chest and then step your right foot forward so your right ankle lines up underneath your right knee. Now for some of us, that's not going to happen. So we'll get halfway up the mat, back knee goes down, we can take hold or we can simply step the right foot forward. So get used to that. We're going to do that 3 times together. So we look forward. We engage our core. The fingertips of the right hand come down just so we have space to lift the right knee towards the chest. We hug the right knee and we're gaining energy. We step the right foot forward. Maybe the back knee goes to the floor and the right foot goes a little further forward. Top of the left foot goes down. Lift the chest, low lunge. And then let's go back. Right leg again. We're learning. We step right leg back. So we have 2 more. Look between the hands, fingertip them out, right hand, right knee comes in. Step right foot forward, back knee down, lift the chest. And again, step back, right leg, look forward. Let me show you beginner's version. We step the foot halfway up, the back knee goes down. We walk the foot up further and lift. Okay, this time we're going to switch legs. Curl your left toes under, lift your left knee. Step your left foot to the front of the mat. This time, right foot goes back, left knee is our front knee. Lift your chest. Ground your hands. Step back to downward dog, left leg. Look at the left hand fingertip to the mat. Left knee hugs in towards the chest. Left foot comes forward lightly. Back knee down, lift your chest. And step back, left leg. And again, fingertip to the mat. Rounding the spine like cat. We step maybe just halfway up the mat. Back knee comes down. We continue. And stepping back one more time. Your way of stepping forward. Left foot comes forward. Back knee down. Lift your chest. Okay, loads of energy in that left foot. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee. Step right foot forward to the front of the mat. Then allow yourself to fold. So the back of the legs get long, but not at the loss of the chest and belly being on the thighs. So you might want to bend your knees and allow yourself to fold down over the legs. What's really important in the extending up to Tadasana standing pose is the hamstrings and the glutes work. So begin to inhale, press the heels into the floor. Feel the buttocks and the hamstrings lifting you up. I like to sweep my arms out to the side as I rise up, reaching the arms up. We try and keep our pelvis neutral. Sometimes we extend here, but I like to keep neutral and just lengthen from my heels to my fingertips. Hands to the heart, hands to the breastbone. Okay, so we have now learned the 12 postures. We haven't done 12 altogether, but we have learned what will make up the 12 postures of Surya Namaskar, the Sun Salutation. Some of you know this like the back of your hand. Some of you might have liked that little refresher, and it's good for everyone to practice it a bit more mindfully. So, we will now move through a practice of mindful meditation in our Surya Namaskar. So, we are going to do 3 rounds with mantra. I will lead you in these 3 rounds. Then 3 rounds where I won't lead you, I will just sing the mantra. Then 3 rounds where we will focus our attention upon our chakra, the chakra that's located to the posture that you're in. So join me. 3 rounds, I will lead you. 3 rounds meditating on the asana themselves as I lead you in the mantra. 3 rounds, mantra and chakra awareness. We start at the front of the mat, feet hip distance apart. Pelvis is in neutral, hands in front of the heart. Remember the first and last posture of the 12 are hands in front of the heart. Standing at the front of the mat, hands in prayer position above the breastbone. Om Mitraye Namaha. Extended Tadasana. Om Ravaye Namaha. Folding forward, standing forward bend. Om Suryaye Namaha. Right leg back to low lunge. Om Banave Namaha. Downward facing dog. Om Kagaye Namaha. Knees, chest, chin, holding Ashtanga Namaskara. Om Pushne Namaha. Sweeping through to Cobra. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Downward dog. Om Marichaye Namaha. Right leg forward, low lunge. Om Aditaye Namaha. standing forward bend at the top of the mat. Om Savitre Namaha. Extended Tadasana. Om Arkaye Namaha. Hands to the heart. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Stay as you are. Om Mithraye Namaha. Extended Tadasana. Om Ravaye Namaha. Standing forward bend. Om Suryaye Namaha. Left leg back, low lunge. Om Banave Namaha. Downward dog. Om Kagaye Namaha. Knees, chest, chin. Om Pushne Namaha. Sweeping through to Cobra. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Downward dog. Om Marichaye Namaha. Left leg forward, low lunge. Om Aditaye Namaha. Standing forward bend, top of the mat. Om Savitre Namaha. Extended Tadasana. Om Arkaye Namaha. Hands to the heart. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Staying with the hands in front of the heart. Om Mithraye Namaha. Extended Tadasana. Reach the arms all the way out and up. Om Ravaye Namaha. Folding forward and down. Om Suryaye Namaha. Right leg back to low lunge. Om Banave Namaha. Getting ready for downward facing dog. Om Kagaye Namaha. Knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskara. Begin to move forward. Om Pushne Namaha. Sweeping into Cobra. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Downward dog. Om Marichaye Namaha. Right leg forward, low lunge. Om Aditaye Namaha. Left leg stepping forward to the front of the mat, standing forward bend. Om Savitre Namaha. Extending now up towards the ceiling. Om Arkaye Namaha. Hands to your heart. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Stay with the hands at the heart. Om Mithraye Namaha. Extended Tadasana. Om Ravaye Namaha. Standing forward bend. Om Suryaye Namaha. Left leg back, low lunge. Om Banave Namaha, downward dog. Om Kagaye Namaha, knees, chest and chin. Om Pushne Namaha, sweeping into cobra. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha, downward dog. Om Marichaye Namaha, left leg forward, low lunge. Om Aditaye Namaha, standing at the top of the mat, standing forward bend. Om Savitre Namaha, extended Tadasana. Om Arkaye Namaha, hands to the heart. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. That is 2 rounds complete. Hands in front of the heart. Om Mithraye Namaha. Extended Tadasana, reaching your hands all the way up to the ceiling. Om Ravaye Namaha. Slowly bending forward and down. Om Suryaye Namaha. Step your right leg lightly back into low lunge. Om Banave Namaha. Left leg goes back into downward facing dog. Om Kagaye Namaha. Knees, chest, chin, hold the Ashtanga Namaskara. Om Pushne Namaha, sweeping forward into Cobra. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha, downward facing dog. Om Marichaye Namaha, right leg forward, low lunge. Om Aditaye Namaha. Left leg will step forward to the front of the mat, standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Om Savitre Namaha. Extend to the ceiling, extended Tadasana. Om Arkaye Namaha, hands to your heart. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Om Mithraye Namaha, extend. Om Ravaye Namaha, fold forward and down. Om Suryaye Namaha, left leg back. Om Banave Namaha, downward dog. Om Kagaye Namaha, knees, chest and chin, Ashtanga Namaskara. Om Pushne Namaha, sliding forward into Cobra. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha, downward dog. Om Marichaye Namaha, left leg steps forward, low lunge. Om Aditaye Namaha, standing forward bend, front of the mat. Om Savitre Namaha, Bandha Tadasana. Om Arkaye Namaha. Hands to your heart. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. We know it now. Let's flow with the mantra. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om Banave Namaha. Om Kagaye Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarvaye Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Aditaye Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Markaye Namaha. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om Banave Namaha. Om Kagaye Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarvaye Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Aditaye Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Markaye Namaha. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Namaha. Last 3 rounds, we pay attention to the chakra locations. Start with your attention at the heart. Om Mitraye Namaha. Awareness to the throat. Om Ravaye Namaha. Awareness to the root. Om Suryaye Namaha. Awareness to the third eye. Om Banave Namaha. Throat center. Om Kagaye Namaha. Solar plexus or navel center. Om Pushne Namaha. Tailbone or sacral center. Om Haranagarvaye Namaha. Throat center. Om Marichaye Namaha. Eyebrow center. Om Aditaye Namaha. Root center. Om Savitre Namaha. Throat center. Om Arkaye Namaha. Heart center. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Stay at the heart. Om Mitraye Namaha. Throat. Om Ravaye Namaha. Root center. Muladhara. Om Suryaye Namaha. Third eye. Om Banave Namaha. Throat center. Om Kagaye Namaha. Navel or solar plexus. Om Pushne Namaha. Tailbone or sacral center. Om Haranagarvaye Namaha. Throat. Om Marichaye Namaha. Eyebrow center. Om Aditaye Namaha. Root center. Om Savitre Namaha. Throat center. Om Arkaye Namaha. The heart center. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Stay with the heart center. Om Mitraye Namaha. Taking the awareness to the throat center. Om Ravaye Namaha. Root center. Muladhara Chakra. Om Suryaye Namaha. Third eye. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Throat center. is sacral center, Swadhisthana. Om Haranya Garvaye Namaha. Throat center. Om Marichaye Namaha. Eyebrow center. Om Aditaye Namaha. Root center. Muladhara Chakra. Om Savitre Namaha. Throat center as you rise up. Om Arkaye Namaha. Hands to the heart. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Still at the heart. Om Mitraye Namaha. Throat. Om Ravaye Namaha. Root chakra, Muladhara. Om Suryaye Namaha. Third eye. Om Banave Namaha. Throat. Om Kagaye Namaha. Navel, solar plexus. Om Pushne Namaha. Tailbone, sacral center, Swadhisthana. Om Hiranya Garvaye Namaha. Throat. Om Marichaye Namaha. Eyebrow center. Om Aditaye Namaha. Root chakra. Om Savitre Namaha. Throat. Om Markaye Namaha. Heart. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. We just have one more round together. All of your attention at your heart. Om Mitraye Namaha. All of your attention at your throat. Om Ravaye Namaha. Take your attention to your root chakra. Om Suryaye Namaha. To your eyebrow center, trigger point for Ajna Chakra. Om Banave Namaha. To your throat as you step back into downward dog. Om Kagaye Namaha. Strong core as we move through knees, chest, and chin. Om Pushne Namaha. Attention to the sacral area, tailbone. Om Haranya Garvaye Namaha. To the throat center. Om Arichaye Namaha. To the eyebrow center as you step forward with the right leg. Om Aditaye Namaha. To the root chakra as you step forward, standing forward bend. Om Savitre Namaha. Throat center as you rise up. Om Arkaye Namaha. Heart center awareness. Om Bhaskaraye throat. Om Ravaye Namaha. Root. Om Suryaye Namaha. Left leg goes back, eyebrow center. Om Banave Namaha. Downward facing dog. Om Kagaye Namaha. Awareness to the behind the navel. Om Pushne Namaha. Awareness to the tailbone. Om Hiranya Garvaye Namaha. Throat center for downward dog. Om Marichaye Namaha. To the eyebrow center, left leg forward. Om Aditaye Namaha. To your root chakra. Om Saveche Namaha. To your throat chakra. Om Arkaye Namaha. And back to the heart one last time. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Release your hands. From here, we're going to curl vertebrae by vertebrae to the floor. Tuck your chin in towards your throat. Begin to let your head release down. Round your shoulders. Vertebrae by vertebrae, like a well-oiled bicycle chain. We're releasing down towards the floor. Slow motion. Middle back rounds. Eventually lower back rounds. Once your hands meet the floor and there's no rush to get there, let's step back to downward dog just for a moment. Knees down. And then come into a seated position, please. I'd like you to observe a shoulder stand. Then we'll take a shoulder stand, and then we'll take a twist, and then we're finished. So, shoulder stand. We'll lie down onto the back and walk our ankles underneath our knees. So, arms are down beside you, upper arms pressing firmly down, back of the head pressing firmly down. We will begin to rock our knees up towards our forehead and then holding the lower back with the hands, heels of the hands supporting. So, if you have any neck issues or shoulder issues or lower back issues, I would suggest simply taking your legs up the wall. Otherwise, we will rock our knees towards our forehead and support the lower back. Then, you may straighten the legs and point the toes towards the top of the wall and the ceiling meet behind you. We're pressing firmly down into the elbows, pointing the toes. This is half shoulder. We'll stay here, or squeeze the legs together, point the toes. Begin to walk the hands up towards the shoulder blades and begin to point the toes towards the ceiling. Once you're in this position, we'll hold for 5 breaths. Releasing, bending the knees down, taking the hands to the lower back. One hand down, other hand down. Roll the spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Release your knees, release the feet. Walk the feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Arms out to the side like a letter T. Let's take both knees over to the left, but this time the knees are wide away from each other. So it's like your right knee is trying to reach towards your left heel, and your left knee is trying to find the floor. Turn your head and look towards your left hand. Should I say turn your head and look towards your right hand? Look back towards the ceiling, bring your knees back up. Turn your knees to your right, look towards your left. Bring your knees and your gaze back to center. And then we'll find Shavasana. So extending out the legs, arms down beside you. Relax and settle.
A poem by Rumi. The Guest House. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond.
Bringing the attention and awareness back to the physical body. Bring the attention and awareness back to the physical body. Notice the space that you're in. Begin to wake your body gently. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Move your hands and your feet. Turn your head side to side. Take a stretch and relax. Bend the knees. Roll onto one side and gently come up to seated. Once seated, take your hands in front of your heart. Be so grateful that you have the ability to practice in this way. Be so grateful for the insights you have found in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. I'm so grateful for you. And now from me to you as always. Peace. Shia Kon.